Here we are. We're 10 weeks into the pandemic. You've gotten a lot done. You've worked very hard, late hours getting those PPP loans processed. And you've heard that old saying, no good deed goes unpunished. Folks, we're sponsoring a program on June 24th. We call it The Cure for the COVID-19 Hangover. Now, you might ask yourself, what's the COVID-19 hangover? It's a prediction. I've been in the business a long time, and I've seen us go through various crises before, none quite the level of this pandemic, but banks always pitch in, do good stuff for the customers. Back in March, your regulators were asking you to accommodate your customers, business, consumers, take care of what they need, take prudent action to help take care of what they need. And you've done that. You jumped in a big way and have done it. And your customers have been very appreciative. You had that business that was faltering. They came to you. They applied for a PPP loan. You worked around the clock getting it approved. They got the money. They were so thankful. Well, folks, the pandemic's not over. They got a couple weeks worth of money. Their business could still yet fail. And when that happens, their dreams come crashing down. They want to do anything they can to save part of their business. So they go to an attorney. What options do I have? Can I file bankruptcy? And attorney goes, well, yeah, you can, but looking at some of the stuff here that the bank did, you might be able to sue the bank. And here's the customer that was singing your praises a month or 2 or 6 months ago, and now they're ready to sue you. That's part of the COVID-19 hangover. Doing what the regulators ask. You took care of your customers. You took what you thought was prudent action. But when they show up a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, and they're looking back at what you did during the time of the COVID-19 pandemic, are they going to agree then that it was prudent action? All right. That's the hangover, the bad results that you're going to start feeling next fall as consumers and businesses start going down the tube. So what's the cure? All right. If you now understand the concept of a hangover, what's the cure? And I wish I could tell you it was very simple, but it's not. There's a series of actions you got to take. Number one, it seems like almost every day the regulators are issuing new guidance. We've had new regs, proposed regs, interim final regs. We've had policy statements. We've had guidance. We've had FAQs. I mean, they just keep coming with it. Keeping up with it's a challenge. So one of the things we're going to do in the program is review that mountain of changes. And, it's not just enough to know what happened. What did they change? You also have to understand the action they took. Was it permanent or was it temporary? All right. And if it's temporary, when's it going to go away? Another thing you have to look at, was the guidance only applicable to one agency? In the last 2 weeks, the CFPB has come out with several pieces of guidance, and they're saying, we're going to go light on you. If you have a problem in this area, we're going to go light on you. Well, most of you aren't regulated by the CFPB. You're regulated by the FDIC, the OCC, the NCUA, anybody other than the CFPB. Is your agency going to go light on you? So you need to understand that as well. The action that was taken by the agency, did they waive the requirement or did they modify it? You don't have to comply with this, or you still got to comply with it, but we'll give you a little leeway. Two very, very different things. What is it they've done? You have to understand that as well. Another thing you got to get straight, you need to document everything. You've been going like crazy to get things done, and you haven't stopped to do the documentation. You're making loans you've never done before, PPP loans. You are taking action, Skip-a-Pay and other types of programs such as that. You may have never done it before. Have you updated your policies? Have you updated your procedures? Are you tracking the exceptions? A lot you need to be thinking about with documentation right now. And hopefully soon you can get a chance to catch your breath, get a little of that documentation done. Another thing, a lot of banks found out that their existing pandemic plans weren't too well thought out. And as you've been going through this day by day, week by week, you're thinking, if this ever happens again, we'll do this differently. Folks, are you modifying your plan as you go through here? Writing down the things you will do differently. Right now, it just seems, we're getting to the peak. We can start opening things up. Folks, we've known all along, every pandemic known to mankind comes in waves. This is the first wave. It's getting a little better. But when's that second wave going to hit? Usually it's 2 to 3 months down the road. So, midsummer, late summer, fall, we should be in the second wave. What's your plan? How are you going to handle that second wave when it comes? So, do you have your documentation up to date for that particular area? Another thing you got to do is just being prepared for the next exam. And all the documentation I just talked about, that's going to go a long way towards getting you ready for your next exam. All right, that's a little bit of what we'll be talking about in our upcoming program. That program's going to be on June 24th. You can go to our website. We have some information that's going to appear on the screen with a link telling you exactly how to go about getting registered for that program. We look forward to having you join us. We got a whole lot more to share with you then. Thank you very much.